Hello everybody, my name is Alyssa Cooper and once again this is Cooking in Quarantine. We are now into the second 6 months. I've hit my 6-month mark of being here in quarantine at the first of this week. So there we go. Congratulations to me for not being completely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Again, that's the whole point of cooking in quarantine, is to find purpose and cheerfulness in quarantine. So guys, here we are again. It's Babylonstoren week. Babylonstoren, it's been my privilege to represent their wines here in New York for the last 6 years. And so we're going to focus again today on them. On the first day, we talked about the white wines. Yesterday, we talked about rosé. And I made rose frosé, and that was fantastic. I will tinker with that a little bit. That was so good. It's absolutely worth going to Kalustyan's and getting some fresh, good quality rose simple syrup. And I'm going to repeat that recipe. You want to do a bottle of rosé, 2 ounces of lemon juice, 3 ounces of rose simple syrup. Freeze once, mix in the stuff, freeze twice. I hit it with a burr mixer. The color became really pale pink and nice. It was slushy and delicious. So frosé in a mason jar with my burr mixer was fantastic. So there's that. And I have in my cup today, I'm having my little, since the hand mixer was out, I decided to make myself a little iced coffee. So, ladies and gentlemen, to kind of bring home, we've talked about Babylonstoren. I always have a glare when I try to put things back here. But the farm itself is a really extraordinary thing. And I don't know that you're going to be able to really see. But again, if you'll go to the website, Babylonstoren.com, you'll be able to look and see just exactly how amazingly beautiful the farm is, the land is, the country is. It's really amazing. So the red wines here fall kind of into 2 categories. So when we talk about wines from South Africa, one of the things that should pop right to the top of your head is the fact that Syrah is king. If you've listened to what we've talked about the last couple of days, I keep mentioning that the grapes that are grown there are grapes that are indigenous to the Mediterranean portion of France, the south of France. So what is the most important grape in the south of France? That would be Syrah. Now, in the New World, it is common, let's say, to use the moniker Shiraz because we used to think that that's where the grape came from. Long story, we've learned a lot about grape genetics in the last couple decades since I started teaching wine classes. So this wine is 100% Shiraz. It spends about 18 months in beautiful new French oak. It is my personal favorite red wine. I absolutely love it. I could drink this wine every day. I don't let myself. It's a special occasion wine. So there's this. Again, all of these wines, you could reach out to me and I can make sure that it happens for you. You can go on to Babylonstoren.com and order those wines right there. And the wine, that order will be sent to the most convenient retailer for you. If you're in New York, you can go or order from Bottle Rocket. They always have the wines in stock. So again, there we go. So Shiraz is the first one. This is an 18. It's absolutely beautiful, drinking beautifully. The Babel, one of the things we talked about yesterday is that as we get to the end of vintages, that I have 4 cases of 2019 rosé sitting around, and I have 4 cases of 2017 Babel sitting around. And the Babel is most closely associated with the Nebuchadnezzar. And so we talked about yesterday, or day before yesterday, that one of the wines is called Candide. And my, of course, Dr. Pangloss. If you know the story, Dr. Pangloss, the garden, the best of all possible worlds. Well, one of the things that we also have done is referenced things like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. So here you'll see that this, our very, very top wine, which is a hand-numbered bottle, is the top wine. And it is the top wine because at the end of a year, what the team does is they pull all of the barrels of all the Bordeaux grapes. They thief a little out of each of them and determine through blind tasting which of the barrels are the best. And those barrels then go to their own special corner, where then they spend another year in the barrel until they come back out for blending and bottling into the Nebuchadnezzar. Now, in no way does that downplay the beauty of the Babel, but the Babel then is the barrels that don't make Nebuchadnezzar and don't make Syrah. So there's partially Syrah and partially Babylon. What am I trying to say? Bordeaux grapes. Pardon me, and hello to whomever is out there. So there we have that. And then last but not least, we have the Cabernet Sauvignon. This is a brand new wine, very much like the Candide that we sampled, which is a blend of all of our white grapes, if I recall, yes. Chenin, Viognier, Semillon, and Chardonnay is in the Candide, and it's exceptional and perfectly paired for Southeast Asian foods. This Cabernet, one of the things that's so remarkable about South Africa is that it blends the warm growing climate of the New World with the depleted, poor soils of Europe. And so you get this wonderful balance between lean and rich. And this Cabernet is absolutely beautiful. It's just glorious. I made a steak specifically to be able to have a really good excuse to open a bottle when they came in last week. So I'm not going to be pulling a cork today, simply because I'm going to be volunteering some time with the census. In no way am I currently speaking on behalf of the census, but as a concerned citizen. I saw yesterday that only 56% of New Yorkers have filled in their census form. First of all, understand there is no question on the census form about your immigration status. It only wants to know how many people stay at your address. That's all. When only 56% of households in New York have returned that census ballot, that means that we're in danger of losing our portion of the 435 representatives that represent our needs in Congress. It also means that we are in grave danger of losing more and more and more of our funding. And for those of you who haven't stayed in New York these last 6 months, we're going to need every bit of our federal funding possible to keep our roads and our schools and our hospitals afloat in this next decade while we rebuild from the 6 quiet months of COVID. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have not filled out your census, go online and do so, census2020.gov right now. If you are not sure about your neighbors, your church mates, your classmates, teachers, anyone that you come in contact with, ask them, have you filled out your census? It is absolutely important, guys, and I cannot say strongly enough how important it is that you do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, go online, order some wine, get some exercise. The sun has come out. It rained hard this morning in New York. So get out and get some exercise while you can. Fill out your census. And go on to Babylonstoren.com and check it all out. It's extraordinary, and it's a great place for you to consider where you might want to go when your U.S. passport is valid again. So guys, I know that was probably a pretty quick one, but you know what? That's the kind of day it is. So what are we going to do today? We're going to take care of ourselves. We're going to take care of our hearts and our heads. We're going to take care of our bodies. We're going to stay out of the medical system. We're not going to stress it anymore. We're going to wear our masks. We're going to show respect for our fellow man. When you take care of yourself, you take care of your community, and you're doing a good thing. It's a mitzvah for all of us. I love you guys all. And hello, Denise, and thank you for coming again. So, and also, if you don't mind, I know you have, I'm sure, but encourage, share on your social media, and encourage people to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. That's the best thing that you could do for me today. Thank you all. Ciao, ciao.